What's up everybody, welcome to another video. Hope you're ready to flex those brain muscles. What does it mean for a function to be increasing on an interval or decreasing on an interval? And how do we determine the intervals for which a function is increasing or decreasing? That's what we're going to practice in this video. So let's jump right into it. A function is increasing over an interval if as you move from left to right along the interval, the y values go up. This is a super intuitive, informal way of thinking about a function increasing. As we move right, we move up. Right and up, right and up, right and up. So these have different bends. They are increasing at different rates is one way to think about it, but they are still all increasing because as we move right, we move up. How can we make this more formal, more rigorous, more mathematical? Here's how we do it. A function is increasing over an interval if, don't freak out, this is a conditional statement. It's an if-then. If x1 is less than x2, these are x values in the domain, then f of x1 is less than f of x2. These are y values in the range on the y-axis, right? For any two distinct x values in the interval. So let's make sense of this. This actually isn't that bad, trust me. We pick two random x values in the interval. We call them x1 and x2. So I'm picking just two random x values, and I'm going to call the smaller one x1. So this is x1 and this is x2, okay? So what does this say about an increasing function? It says if we have these two x values, where x1 is less than x2, then we must also have f of x1 is less than f of x2. These are the y values that correspond to each of these x values. F of x1 is the y value of this point. This is f of x1. And f of x2 is the y value of this point. This is f of x2. So what this is saying is that if x1 is less than x2, then f of x1 is less than f of x2. It's a super rigorous mathematical way of saying as we move right, we move up, right? Hopefully that's making some sense. So we got a really intuitive definition. We got a super formal definition, and let's do the same for decreasing. A function is decreasing as if as you move from left to right, the y values go down. So as we move right, we go down. Right and down. Right and down. So again, decreasing at different rates, but they are still all decreasing because as we move right along the interval, the y values go down or decrease. Now let's make this a little bit more formal. So here we have a decreasing function. This definition should look kind of familiar. We have any two random x values where x1 is less than x2. So like this, we can call this x1. We can call this x2. So what has to happen in order for this function to be called a decreasing function or to be decreasing over this interval is that now f of x1, which is this y value, f of x1, has to be bigger than f of x2. So again, a fancy, super formal mathematical way of saying as we go right, we go down. For any two random distinct x values we pick in the interval, if x1 is less than x2, then f of x1 is greater than f of x2. As we go right, we go down. Awesome. All right, let's practice with two examples here, two different graphs. This one and this one. So we're just going to write the intervals for which the function is increasing and write the intervals over which the function is decreasing. So again, I'm just looking at the graph and I'm trying to identify a section or sections of the graph where we go right and up. That's how I'm identifying increasing intervals for which the function is increasing over. Where on the graph do we move right and up? And I see it happening on this section here. Boom, I can even trace along. Right and up, boom, all the way up until we hit -3. Then as we go right, we go down. So the function decreases, then it increases again. So from x equals 0 all the way to x equals 2. And I just want to make this really clear because students get confused a lot. Increasing intervals. A function increases over an interval. That interval is x values. So if we're saying the function increases on this interval, we're saying it increases from the x value 0 all the way until the x value 2. We're describing the x values for which the function is increasing over. Hopefully that's making some sense. So that's an interval from 0 to 2. How do we describe this one? Well, it increases forever and ever, all the way up until it hits -3. So here's how we can describe it. We have two intervals. From negative infinity, because it's all the way from the left, as far from the left as we want to go. As we go right, we go up, all the way up until we hit that -3. So all the way up until -3. And then the other interval is from 0 to 2. And now you'll have to check with your instructor on how they want you to write this when they're asking you for intervals of increase, or the function is increasing over the following intervals. Are they okay with you just putting like a comma between the two and listing the two intervals? Do they want you to write a union symbol? Are they okay with you using the word and? I'm personally not picky. I would accept any of those three, but you will want to check with your instructor and see which they prefer. So these are the two intervals for which this function is increasing over. And now let's identify decreasing. So as we go right, we go down. That's from here down to here. Boom, there's one interval. And then from here all the way forever and ever. Boom, that's the second interval. So it decreases from -3 all the way up until 0. And then it decreases again, starting at 2 all the way to infinity. So these are intervals for which the function is decreasing over. Again, these are describing x values. And we always use parentheses here. We never use brackets. We don't include the endpoints because the function is neither increasing nor decreasing when it hits these sort of peaks. And you'll learn about that if you ever take calculus. Pretty fun stuff. All right, let's try one more example. Here's what I want you to do. Pause the video. Check for understanding. Write out these intervals on your own. Identify the intervals for which the function is increasing over and decreasing over, and press play to check your answer. Awesome. Hopefully you did some good work there. Let's start by just analyzing the function. What I like to do, instead of first looking at increasing and first looking at decreasing, is just move from left to right and break the function up into pieces. So you'll notice that these maximum and minimum values became sort of breakpoints. A maximum value happens when a function changes from increasing to decreasing, and a minimum happens when a function changes from decreasing to increasing. So we can do a similar thing and say the function decreases. As we go right, we go down all the way up until -1. And this arrow, this always throws, I always have students who are thrown off by this. They're like, wait a minute, it's going up. All this means is that the shape of this graph goes on forever and ever. Remember that in both of our definitions, we always want to move right. Remember, for increasing, it was as we go right, we go up. And then for decreasing, it was as we go right, we go down. So we always want to think of x values getting bigger, moving toward the right. And so these arrows kind of can throw students off. Same here. They're like, oh, but the function's decreasing because the arrow points down. Nope, it's increasing because as we go right, we go up. That's just a way of describing the shape of the graph, that this pattern, this shape continues forever. Hopefully that makes some sense. All right, so we're decreasing all the way up until here. Then we increase. Then we decrease again. Then we increase. So this is what I like to do. Break up the function into sections. And now we can easily describe the intervals. So I know it's decreasing from -infinity all the way up until -1. Then it increases from -1 to +1. Then it decreases again from 1 to 2. And then it increases from 2 to infinity. So this is how I like to do it. Just break up the function into sections based on those maximum and minimum values, and then identify for each section, is the function increasing or decreasing? As we move right, do we go up or do we go down? So that's the last example. That's it for this video. Hopefully this helped you. Like the video and subscribe to support me. Leave any questions you have in the comments below, but most importantly, keep flexing those brain muscles, and I'll see y'all later.